Good afternoon, guys. I'm in the house today. Can't really work outside. We still got some gale force winds going on, and now some bad weather is fixing to move through. I've got like 5 alerts on my phone saying severe storm warning in the next, 30 minutes. And the sky's starting to get pretty dark. The winds are really picking up. They're saying possibly hail. I think there's a tornado watch in the next city beside me. Oh man, the winds are picking up. Oh gosh. Woo. Oh gosh. Woo. Y'all, I'm in the closet. There is terrible hail out there and wind. I'm shaking. Okay, I'm gonna leave here for a minute and go pray. Oh my gosh, I thought the hail cracked the window. Oh, garbage is blown. Oh, I hate this kind of weather, y'all. Okay, the wind looks like it's slowed down just a little bit. I'm gonna open the door because I thought I heard hail, but it might have been the garbage. No, it is hail. Or maybe it was a tree limb that hit the door. Oh, I just heard thunder. Ooh! It might have been a tree limb and garbage flying. All right, guys, the weather has calmed a little bit, and I'm gonna check everything. Oh, we've got limbs down. My river birch always sheds. My husband messaged me and said there are power lines down everywhere. We had 75-mile-an-hour wind gust just very close to us at the airport, and there are trees down everywhere, Seth said. I'm gonna have a lot of branches and stuff to clean up. All in all though, the greenhouse looks good. In the house, obviously. Oh, I got a hot chocolate packet on top of my greenhouse. Oh goodness. We're still standing though. Everything looks good. Doesn't look like we leaked or anything, which is a good thing. Well, could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, the Lord took care of us and kept us safe. We're just left with a little bit of rain, so I can take that. Welcome, guys. It is the next day. The storms are over, but it's left us with some cold weather. It was 28 last night, so it feels very cold today. They said a high of 50. I think we're still in the 40s right now, but the weekend says it's going to be 70 something, maybe 71, and that's 2-3 days away, so I'm looking forward to that. I think we're going to get the tiller out and plan these beds out around the edge. And I got this new tool. I want to show you guys what it is. It's a little half moon edging tool, and this is what it looks like, and I'm using it to go form the edge of my flower beds. It's actually working really good and pretty easy to use, actually. So basically you just slide it wherever you want your edge to be. If you've already got one, you can neaten the edges up, or if you don't have one, then you can just stick it down in there and jump on it, which I've got the camera in the other hand, so it's kind of hard to do, but yeah, just pull it up, make the edge, and I'll be able to keep it nice and neat and tidy in here with this. That and a weed eater, that's probably how I'll go around the edges once I get everything done. And I'll be able to mulch this out really good inside here up to this edge. So yeah, pretty excited about that. And my daffodils are opening up, look at that. Oh, very pretty. Next year, I'm gonna focus on my bulbs in planters because I think that'll be easier. With daffodils, you have to wait till the leaves are completely died back to mow. Of course, I will be having them in a flower bed, so these may end up being moved because I have a different design, and I'd really love to put them maybe in my centerpiece. I was thinking about doing like maybe some pottery in the center that I can change out stuff after the bulbs are done in the spring. I can put annual flowers and things like that. guys a little bit of advice. Those who have monkey grass, and this is a variegated version, I've already cut mine back. I usually leave mine long throughout the winter, and then I will cut it back before the new growth starts coming out, which is before long. Sometimes I'll wait too late and I start seeing it, and that's okay still. You can go ahead and chop it off. I usually keep mine about 4 to 6 inches tall, and that way when all the new growth comes in, it's nice and pretty and green, and you've got all that dead off. All right, guys, before I go back up, I want to show you all what's blooming. Looky here, y'all, my petunia. First bloom, and I've got one here, and that one looks like it's going to be a different color. So maybe like a variety of colors in this. I'm pretty excited. I'm very excited about this. So I don't know how much longer they're going to be in the greenhouse, but I'm thinking it's almost March, and we're going to probably have them in here for at least another 6 weeks. So I may end up repotting them in some bigger pots. But they'll be in the greenhouse for a little while. I mean, this weather has brought in a cold front. Tonight, we're going to be 28, which is crazy because we've been 70s. 71 yesterday, I do believe. Welcome back, guys. It is Sunday, and oh my goodness, look. The sun is out for the first time in days, and I'm telling you, we all needed it. It's just been dreary, and it's supposed to be 71 today, 71 tomorrow. I'm super excited. So I'm just out here doing a little bit of cleanup from a storm we had last week. I'm gonna clean out our little fire pit. Sometimes we dump ashes in there, so it needs to be cleaned out. I need to burn a bunch of sticks that are out in the yard, and hopefully this week will be the week that we can start tilling this out because it's still kind of wet. We were going to do it this weekend. As you can see, it's still pretty muddy. There is some rain coming in off and on this week, so I really don't know how much we'll be able to do. Alright, so I found me some cardboard. I'm going to attempt to burn a bunch of these sticks that are all over the yard. Everything's kind of wet, so I don't know how successful I'll be at it, but I'm going to give it a try. I hear a hawk and it ain't happy. Welcome, good Saturday morning. I thought it was gonna be cleared up today. We actually were gonna till up the beds, but it's kind of this drizzly, lovely rain right now. I think if anything, if it does clear up, it's still gonna be super cloudy, so I don't think things are gonna dry up very much today. I've got a little bit of project to do in the greenhouse today. I have to work on my flowers. These right here look absolutely amazing, but I need to put some plant tone in these, and my tomatoes are kind of yellowing at the bottom, and I think they just need some fertilizer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put plant tone in all of these. As soon as they start fruiting, then I'll move over to tomato tone. And I've also divided up some of my succulents because I had one really big one that had all kinds of little pups in it and offshoots, and so I did that last night. Oh my goodness, y'all, I just noticed something. Look at this. My tomato plant is flowering. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go get some of that tomato tone sooner than I thought I would. Ooh, there's one here too. Now, because the tomato plants are in the greenhouse, they will not be pollinated by bees or anything like that, but I do have a self-pollinator. And that is this little guy right here. My husband bought this for me a couple of years ago. So you just put this right up next to the flower, and then you just distribute the pollen just like a bee would do. And I keep a little whiteboard in here, that way I can mark down what I've done in here, because otherwise I might not remember when I fertilize these. Alright guys, I'm back down here at the greenhouse. I've got some room here on my shelving for some more starts, and why waste it? I want to plant some more petunias, but it's already starting to look like a jungle in here, which this time of year that's what happens. And then when it's time to put everything out, it kind of feels a little bit bare again. But then I'm also working outside, so it just kind of works out. These seeds are so tiny. I know y'all probably can't see that, but they are itty bitty. And I'm gonna try to drop just a couple. This is almost impossible, but that's okay because you can thin them out. Hi guys, good Monday afternoon. So it's like 70-ish right now, but the sun really didn't come out, so kind of a bummer. It's trying to though. Actually, it's clearing up a little bit right there. But I got some stuff for the greenhouse. So, all right, I'll show you guys what I got. Nothing major, but I did get some fertilizer for my flowers. I got some flower tone. I also got some more trays so I can go ahead and start some more seeds. And I got some sticky traps because if you have a greenhouse, no matter what you do, you're always going to have some sort of pest every now and then. I think my camera's crooked. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not. As I have a gnat flying around it. But the thing with pests in greenhouses is there's not one thing that you'll use all the time for everything. You want to kind of rotate through stuff, and I try to use organic things. I've got like nematodes that you can put in the soil that eventually get like other pests out of the soil, and I did do that one year and I didn't see any bugs at all last year. I have had a lot of wet soil sitting around, so that tends to kind of attract gnats and things, but actually the only time that I notice bugs is just in the last month, and I think I know what the problem is. I bought some potting soil and I put it in these bins over here, and this is where I've noticed the problem. So it must have been in this potting soil. Let's see, a few gnats and stuff. So I'm trying to keep it dry by leaving the lids off, and I'm gonna pop in one of these little sticky things because I love these. They work so good. I also make a mixture. I've got like an insecticidal soap mixture DIY version that I use. And I spray that on a lot of my stuff when they get bugs, but really I've not had any problem. So it's been really good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna fill one of these trays up, and I'm gonna do some more petunias. And then I'm gonna fill up another tray, and I'm gonna do some chives. Because I do think they are a pretty plant. They have a really pretty flower. That would be a good perennial to put inside of my beds. My neighbor has them and I photograph them a lot. They're very pretty. All right, I'm gonna wet the soil down really good. So I'm just gonna do this one, maybe another tray, and then I also found some dahlias, which I probably will direct sow some of these, but I think I'm also going to start some trays as well. Let's see. For our zone, it's April through June. For early bloom, start indoors or after all danger of frost, sow outdoors. So yes, I'm gonna start some of these dahlias as well. And I'm gonna do dahlias in this one. And these are 1/4 inch depth, so the same as the petunias. They're bigger, they're much easier to see. Y'all can see that? So I'm just gonna put one in each spot, and then I'm gonna cover it with a little bit of soil and then water them really good. And they come back. They've come back the last several years. I've not had to replant. I've not taken up the tubers. I have seen them under the soil a few times. I've been under there cleaning out some of the stuff in the raised beds. So they usually do pretty good. We're in zone 7A, so I don't really have to take them up. Now I don't know with some of the other varieties of them, but these are just the little singles, the little packs you can buy at your local box store. I got these at Walmart. They're a real pretty flower. They won't disappoint you if you buy them. And the good thing about them is I wondered when I planted them the year before last if they would bloom the first year, and they did. And I was just tickled over that. Alright, so I've got one more, and it's chives, and this is my last tray for the day. And I'm going to do a whole tray of these because I can't have too many, especially when I'm starting a cottage garden, and I have friends and family who may want some. Let's look at these seeds. I don't think that I've ever planted a chive, so I don't know what the seeds look like. Not quite as big as the chives, but not anywhere near the size of the petunias. I'm just going to plant one per cell. Alright, I'm all done planting. I'm going to walk down to the chicken coop and check on everybody down there. And let's go look at those cute little babies I've got. Here we are. Look at the babies. They're so cute. They're being shy. Hey, gals. Look at those littles. Can I see your babies? They are not wanting me to see those babies. They are protective mamas. Oh, but they're so cute. Well, the mamas are doing good, raising up the babies just as they're supposed to do. A couple of them have already started laying again. So I got 2 eggs today from the Cochins, which is really good. It was really beneficial to let them hatch because it gets them back into that regular cycle of laying eggs, and they got to do what they wanted to do, what nature intends on them to do. I used to break chickens from broodiness all the time. I would put them in wire cages, and it was just a constant battle fighting against nature, and this is just so much easier. I mean, yeah, I've got some chicks now, but that's okay because if I didn't need them, somebody else would. So, yeah, fun. Spring is in the air.